I'm under tsunami watch or whatever, so you know. I hope just the internet keeps working. But anyways, futures are actually up here. Let me just keep it simple here. All right, this is our target. Okay, now look at this pattern. It is clearly making a inverted head and shoulders. I just posted a ghost candle. It's the 638.75. It's the neckline. What happens after that? Well, you either do 2 scoops, meaning you skip that shoulder, or you come down and usually you bounce, but you don't have to. It's very bearish if you don't. Okay, so great. Now, here's the thing. Let me move over to SPX. This trend line here, we broke it today, right? That we've had since last Wednesday. Usually they come back and test it again, and then you kind of have to get news or gap over or it wins. We also broke this trend line that goes ways back. Okay, I'll get to the point. That's that channel, right? We want to stay above this guy. The problem now becomes, I'm gonna go to US 500. Here's this pattern, right? Now we're bouncing. Here's the same pattern. Okay, both occurrences, you had the 9 cross over the 21, but then you ripped higher and finally plenty, right? It's the identical pattern. But this ghost says we go back up to here, so I'm actually a little salty that I didn't long it in the close, a little heavier, but it is hard. Same as here, like you're trading these all-time highs, you never know. Like it took a few attempts to get higher. And here's another thing, right? Where do I have it? Did I mark it on SPX? I'll get to my point. Yes, we had a bearish engulfing candle. Last time we had a bearish engulfing candle, we put in a low and we started ripping, right? That's actually happened the last 2 times we had a bearish engulfing candle. So today and yesterday, obviously, just absolute premium chomp. I would love if this came down to here so I could get a retest. I don't know if that's gonna play out. So what am I looking for here? What am I playing instead of blindly longing? Well, not only do we have the pattern, but for us to get to our target, what needs to happen? We need to have a dovish FOMC. So in my opinion, this has 3 tries to do this. FOMC with a bullish speech, or a dovish forecast, or a cut. All 3 are very, probably not gonna happen. Then you have the China deal. Besant didn't look very peachy. If Trump doesn't like what he sees, he's gonna slap on tariffs saying you fucking die. Or then NFP. You kind of want all 3 to be good to get to here. So how do we approach it? Well, you kind of want the next day's 642s to hold at 17 cents. I've now showed you twice that overnight swing is possible with those premiums, right? So I'll be looking to do the same. I'll be looking at, obviously we gotta take this into consideration. Like if we go up here and it's bullish, it's gonna just freaking rip. Sorry about my kids acting crazy. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. Okay, the 642s. It is just a phantom print. It would be the first week here in 3 that one of them do not print. Now we did have a trend change for Monday, and if you look here, futures did put in a top, right? So whenever you have a pre-market top, you need to take it out in what? 1, 2, 3 days. Otherwise it stays. This is why tomorrow is so significant. And approaching it is going to be very interesting. We also, as a reminder, have that 631 as a print. Can we still reject it down here? If we get to here, I've said all week I'll buy it with 2 hands if we get there. Now, my personal trading plan tomorrow is to look at what the first candle on the 30-second is after the announcement. If it's up, I will buy the dip. But if you're new, look, you're gonna get the announcement right here, which is interesting because I've free-handed this, right? I free-handed this on the hourly if it's symmetrical. Would I be surprised if we're up here when the announcement comes? Then we drop. Trump comes out with that trade deal and we rip higher. Not at all. So this is gonna be for me a premium play on SPY, and I'll do it live and I'll yap a lot about it. What else? Nvidia. We have a ghost that was, I believe, let me check. 183.93. 183.93. Obviously, you're gonna be playing 182.5s. Okay, I already took a starter. They were like 50. This thing could go absolutely insane. So you need quite the move. How do you get Nvidia to move up like that? Only on a China deal. Okay. Third play, Meta. Really nice $6 bounce here after hours. However, premiums, whatever it closes at, is going to be about 2 grand. But imagine it beats and the market rips. You turn that 2 grand into 8 pretty quick, right? So that is something I'm trying to play tomorrow. All of these plays I'm gonna say right now are very high risk. All 3. A way safer way you could play is just buy in the money for Friday. You won't lose sleep over that, and you can have a stop loss. Worst thing, you know, let's say you buy 635s, you have a stop somewhere here, 633, it drops, right? Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Not the nitty gritty, it's really freaking important. This thing. That's the April dip with a mega ripper. We are now through the Bollinger Band here. This is turning down. It can go lower, but it can go way freaking higher from here. Now with FOMC, why is that first candle so important? It is important because sometimes you don't get the full move, right? It can either come later, a day or 2. I would kind of want it to come tomorrow because it would make my life easier and it would ensure that we go higher. What do you mean? Because of that Monday all-time high. Because that is Sunday night. So this is trying to chug up here. It's over the hourly 9. It looks good. the reason I didn't swing a lot of SPYs, I didn't like the premiums. That does not mean that they can't move the price higher up. So if we're still down here, I might get up early. I know I said I'd sleep in, but I feel like I kind of need to watch this market. But majority of my trades are gonna be during Powell and after the FOMC announcement. But I'm making it easy. I am concentrating on Nvidia, Meta, and SPY. I might even entertain some SPX. Oh shit, you hear those sirens? Gotta go, guys. Those are tsunami sirens. Shit, man. Alright, God bless.